Okay, hello and welcome to the HIIT class for our online course. My name is Dumelo Beani and I'll be taking you for today's HIIT course. To start off, this course is meant for people who have already started training. It's for beginners and I'll try to show variations of the exercises so that also the advanced trainers can also be able to be part of. To begin with, we'll do a 10-minute warm-up, which will focus on our core and also our legs, including a little bit of our glutes. To start off, we're going to start with the very basic cardio movements, taking it up, involving all the muscles that will be involved in this workout. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to do a very simple high knees for about 30 seconds. Remember to always involve your arms and make sure that you're moving your knees as high as you possibly can. In the beginning, we try not to move too fast so that we activate all the muscles that will be involved later. About 10 more seconds to go. And in 3, 2, 1, and we change. Our second exercise, which will be also a cardio movement, will just be jumping jacks. So another 30 seconds of that. Remember to make sure that you lift your hands as high as you possibly can, almost touching at the top, and take it really wide steps to the side. You're almost there. 5 more seconds in 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, now we're going to move into the stretch movements that involved all the muscles that we'll be using later on. To begin with, we're just going to start with simple hamstring sweeps, putting your heel down first, bending your back, and pushing up. So really simple, just going down, making sure you stretch those hamstrings. We're going to be doing this also for about 30 seconds. We're already halfway through this one. About 5 more seconds to go. And in 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, right now we're going to do more stretching for the legs. We're going to start with just picking our knees, pulling them as close as possible to our chest, going down for a lunge. So it's again on one side, up and down for a lunge. We're going to do that for 30 seconds starting in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's high towards your chest, down for a lunge. Back again to the other side, alternating, making sure that with every single pull, you try and get a further stretch than before. We are now halfway, last 15 seconds of this one, then you're going to be moving to the next one. So remember, the whole entire warm-up is supposed to take about 10 minutes or so, and then we change. Okay, and in 3, 2, 1, then now we're going to go into really wide squats that are meant to be really slow in this way. So we're going to do another 30 seconds of this before the next movement. And the next movement will be more of the upper body exercises, starting from your core. Halfway through this one already. Remember to go as slow and low as you possibly can. Whenever there's signs of pain, stop the movement and try and wait for the next one. Do not exceed your point of pain. And in 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, your first movement for your core will be simple windmills, where you'll be in a wide stance from the previous exercise, bending over in this way, trying to touch the insides of your feet. So we're doing another 30 seconds of that. Remember to not move up and down during the movement, keeping your back really straight, twisting your midsection only, making sure that your torso, your obliques are involved. Can increase the pace a little bit. We're already 5 minutes into our warm-up. Then in 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, from there, we're just going to start with the shoulders, really alternating. One arm goes down, one arm goes up, at the same time, passing each other halfway. We're doing 30 seconds of that, and swinging as far back as possible as you can. So just go this way, working those shoulders, a little bit of your chest area is involved. Just 30 seconds of your arm swings. Just 5 more seconds. Okay, next one, just rolling, starting really small circles, working on those shoulders. They will be involved later on as I explain the structure of our workout. Okay, then you make the circles a little bit bigger, going forward first. So it'll be 30 seconds of going forward. We're going to do another 30 seconds of rolling backwards. Okay, then you start again. Really small circles going backwards. Then you make them bigger. We're about halfway through this one, with just about 3 minutes left of our warm-up. Okay, and in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Next exercise, just really for your upper back, so you squeeze as if you're hugging yourself like this, open wide, stretching your upper back, and just alternating. So every time you bring a different arm on top, squeeze yourselves wide and together, wide, close. So again, another 30 seconds of this movement. We're trying to really involve as many muscle groups as possible because our workout, as I mentioned, will focus on the midsection and the legs, but also exercises that involve other parts of the body as well. Okay, from there, we're going to go to the floor. We're going to be doing an exercise that will work a little bit on our wrists and also our back. So to start off, we'll be placing our palms facing backwards if you can. If not, you can still leave them in this way and try and lean forward to stretch your wrists. But preferably, I'd like to just keep them straight, facing backwards in this way. And then you round your back, keeping rounds of about 5 seconds. Then release a little bit. Another 5 seconds. So you're stretching your back and your wrists a little bit because we'll be doing a lot of exercises on the mat. So that will be a thing. So if you're changing again, facing forward, you'll be leaning a little bit forward like this, stretching those wrists, and back to the middle. So it's just really going forward like this to a point where there's some stretch on your wrists and back. So again, try it in a different position like this. You round your back, create more pressure, and back. Okay, the next stretch will be involved again as an exercise later. I will explain its groiners, but we'll start them on our knees. Just bringing your leg as close as possible to your hand, pushing forward and back down. You will see the difference when you do it later as an exercise and not as a stretch. So we're just going there. Okay, on these last stretches, I'm going for 30 to 45 seconds as they involve the muscles that you really need on the next exercises. So just really bring it as close as possible and then going backwards. Okay, we got about 20 more seconds of this one. And then I'll start introducing the workout. This last 10. And in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're ready for the workout. The workout will be structured in this way. It will be 5 exercises. Per exercise, you'll be doing 5 sets of 20 seconds rest, 40 seconds on the exercise. So altogether, you'll be doing 5 minutes per exercise. So again, I will be using the 1 minute breaks between our rounds or between our different exercises to demonstrate the exercise. The first one that we'll be doing, it will be half burpees. So everyone knows the standard burpee, which is going down, jumping out there and going up. This one is going to be different. It also helps if you don't have enough space at home to really jump around or bother your neighbors downstairs. So you're going down there, there. So it's really half the movement, going out and just jumping out. So it's jumping here next to your hands and jumping out. We'll be doing 5 sets of that. And for those who are having injuries or beginners, you can really work it out to this position and there. So it's basically bringing your feet next to your hands and out, or you can jump like this and out. Okay, get yourselves ready. In the next 3, 2, 1, we're going to be doing our first set. It's basically 40 seconds, doing as many half burpees as you possibly can. Try to really land on a flat foot and make sure that you go at your own pace. So someone can be able to do in 40 seconds about 40 half burpees, some 30, some 20, depends on fitness levels. We'll have to 10 seconds on this one. And then 3, 2, 1, then you rest for 20 seconds. Remember, you're going to be going for 5 sets. Try and pace yourself and know how much is your target. My target right now is about 15 per set, and making sure that I hit the same number every time. Okay, get ready. We're going in 3, 2, 1, back again. Remember, always keep that imaginary number that you want in your head so that you hit it every time. Halfway. Ten seconds. Three, 2, 1, and down. 3 more sets to go. Same thing. It is a high intensity workout, so really pace yourself. Try and think about, there's 4 more exercises to go after this one. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I'll do it in a different angle again. Same thing. And halfway. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and down. 2 more to go. Remember to really use the time in between to take as much breath as possible. As you can see, it is a challenging workout, but you guys can do it. Okay, get ready. In 3, 2, 1, let's go again. It's the second last. And halfway. Ten more. 3, 2, 1, and down. 1 more set to go, and then we have a big 1 minute break in between to switch exercises. Okay, get yourselves ready for one last set in 3, 2, 1, we go again. We're already halfway. Last 10 seconds before the break. Three, two, one. Okay, we're done with the first exercise, meaning we have 1 minute break to rest. This is the time you use to have some water, drink something, and catch a breath. Okay, so the next exercise will be very similar to what we just did now in terms of positioning. So I will demonstrate. You guys take a rest. You still have 50 seconds of rest. So from there, next exercise will be groiners. Starting in this position, we've done this one already before in our warm-up. Be in a plank position like this, just bringing your feet as close as possible to your hand. It doesn't mean in line, it can be anywhere around here where you're able to stretch your groin area and go back. So it's basically alternating like this and coming backwards and doing that for a good 40 seconds with 20 seconds rest. Okay, we've got 10 seconds to go before we start. Get yourselves ready. Okay, starting position. And in 3, 2, 1, and we go. Remember, you're just alternating, working the inside of your thighs, pushing your back down in this position, going there, out, there and out. $15 more seconds to go. And in 3, 2, 1, and we rest. 20 seconds rest, 4 sets to go of groiners. Remember, the most important part is really to push those hips a little bit forward to get more stretch in your legs. Okay, we're going back down, and in 3, 2, 1, same exercise. This is really a good exercise for the inner part of your thighs, your adductors a little bit, because we really forget them when we exercise and we focus on our quads and hamstrings. This is a really good way to involve them. 20 more seconds to go. Ten more. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we got 3 more sets to go, starting again in the next 5 seconds, so get ready. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Same thing, try to get those feet as close as possible to your hands and pushing. And as you can see, I am really trying to put my knee down as I push forward. Or for beginners, you can start from the position we used as you were stretching. So from here, just pushing forward, or you can take it from this position. We got 10 more seconds to go. And in 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, we got 2 more to go. Remember, after this, we still have 3 more exercises to go, so we're roughly halfway also through our workout. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'll be doing the easier version for half of this set and the harder one for the rest of the set. Key here is really to push a little bit forward. Okay, we're halfway. Last 10 seconds or so. And in 3, 2, 1, we rest. One more set to go. After this set, we have a 1-minute break as we introduce the next exercise. Okay, get yourselves ready. Last set is about to begin in 3, 2, 1. So as you remember, there's 2 variations to the exercise. You pick as you go. Ten seconds in. Last 10 seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Okay, we're done with second exercise. Another chance to take a water break, catch your breath, and make sure that you get ready for the next exercise. The next exercise will need a towel. So basically what you do, you would take your towel, fold it, put it in the middle of your mat or just on the floor, creating a line. So in case of people who also don't have towels near them, we'll do it like I do. Imaginary line in between your mat and your task is for 40 seconds to keep going from side to side. Again, alternatively, you can go one step at a time, going over and to the side. And if you feel it's not challenging enough, you can also just jump to one side and to the other. But to keep it simple, we'll start again with jumping with one leg on the side, increasing the pace and taking it to the pace that you want. Okay, 15 more seconds and we start again together. 5 sets, remember. 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Okay, get ready, and in 3, 2, 1, we go. So one leg, starting at a time. When you find your rhythm, you can try and take it as fast as you can. First, find your rhythm. There's an imaginary line in between your legs or at the center of your body, and you just go to the sides in this way. Okay, the other half, I'm going to do it in a way that's most fast, taking both feet off the ground at the same time. Last 5 seconds, in 3, 2, 1, and down. I mostly like putting a cardio exercise in the middle of my workout so that if the previous exercises were not challenging, your heart rate goes up again and you're really working at that high intensity. We're going to start again in the next 5 seconds with our second set. In 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. So remember, you're going one side, skipping over an imaginary line. If you have a towel, you fold it, put it in between your legs, and you go. Remember, always keep an eye on time. We're halfway. So you just go into the sides, skipping in this way. 40 seconds of this. Sounds it looks easy. In 3, 2, 1. But remember, that's where in my workouts we really try and burn the most calories. Within this time, I put a cardio exercise in the middle. We have another 10 seconds of rest. Get as much air as possible. We're going to do 3 more of these before moving to our second last exercise. In 3, 2, 1. So again, pace yourself, get across your towel, or get across your imaginary line, skip into the side, involving your arms if you want. Picking the pace up a little bit, and if you want, add that little bit of jump. 20 seconds in, 20 to go. Just 10 more. Three, 2, 1, and down. It's really burning. Another key component of this exercise is try and keep on your toes. Light on the ground, landing on your toes, making sure that you stay as agile as possible so that you increase your speed if you want. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, we go again. Light on the ground, making sure that those neighbors are not annoyed by your exercise. You're trying to really keep moving, but also not knocking on the ground the whole time. Halfway. Ten more seconds to go. In 3, 2, 1. Just one more to go, guys. And from there, we'll be going for our last 2 exercises. You're already more than halfway through this workout. Do not quit now. Okay, get ready. Last set begins in 3, 2, 1. Again, light on the feet. Cross your towel or the imaginary line in between your legs. "20 seconds gone, 20 to go." Last 10, pick it up. And in 3, 2, 1, you're done with exercise number 3. You have a 1-minute break, drink water, catch as much oxygen as possible, and get ready for our second last exercise. Our second last exercise is a combination of 2 exercises. Remember, you guys are taking a rest, focusing on me demonstrating the next exercise. So basically, you could either start on the ground, do a kick, bringing your knee to your elbow. After that, going for an inchworm, back up and back down. Key here is to really make sure when you start in your inchworms, you go down into a semi-squat position, hands down, crawling forward into a plank, kick, kick, bring it up. So we do that for a good 40 seconds. Alternatively, if you feel the inchworm is adding more pressure, you could either keep 40 seconds of planking, which I do say it's harder than the other exercise, but depending on what your goals are, if it's more core, you can keep 40 seconds of this, add the kicks if you want, and ultimately coming up for inchworms is what you're going for in this workout. So in 3, 2, 1, we go for it. Remember to always bend your knees a little bit. It's not an exercise for your hamstrings, but for your core, involving legs as well. We are halfway. Make sure you straighten up to load all that weight on your way up and down. Keep going in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Set 1 done. We have 4 to go with this exercise. Okay, catch as much oxygen as you can, cause in the next 3, 2, 1, we go again. Bend, go down, kick, kick. We're almost halfway. No more than 10 seconds to go. And in 3, 2, 1, 2 down, 3 to go. As I made mention, this workout focuses not only on your abs, but your entire core region and involving the legs at the same time. That's why we were stretching those shoulders, because there's a lot of exercise on our arms. In 3, 2, 1, same thing. We're almost there. Hitting the halfway mark already. Ten more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Another set gone. We got 2 more sets to go with our inchworms with Spider-Man planks. Okay, get ready. Second last set. In 3, 2, 1, and down. Be 10 seconds in, 30 to go. Halfway. Last 10 seconds, keep going. You can put one more in 3, 2, 1, and done. We got one more set to go with this one. A big 1-minute break, and our last exercise is coming. Okay, get ready. 3, 2, 1, we go again. So at this point of the workout, you make sure that you push yourself, because it's the last set with this workout, or this exercise, so to say. And from there we have 10 seconds more. And in 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, exercise 4 is done. You have 1 minute rest, drink water, cool yourself down if you can, and then we'll take it from there to the last exercise. Last exercise is a tip. If you have a towel or a mat, fold it into 2. You'll soon see why I suggested. It's a little bit heavy on the knees, meaning I will give an alternative for it. So, the exercise is called kneel to stand. The name suggests you go into a kneeling position and pick yourself up. That's simple. Key here is not to knock your knees on the ground, it's to really relax, get down there, pick yourself up without using your hands. If you find that difficult, I will exempt and allow everyone to do squats for 40 seconds. I cannot tell what's easier, but the kneel to stand is a good exercise that is very practical and functional, getting up without using your hands. Okay, we got about 15 more seconds of rest, and we pick it up again. It's the last exercise, so you might be really huffing and breathing as hard as I can, but we can do this. The last one. We go in 3, 2, 1, and done. Remember, try and pace yourself that if you do the first 20 seconds of the exercise with your right knee down first, then in the second half, you lead with your left. I will tell you when it's halfway so that you also change. So now we are halfway. We change, start leading with our left. So basically, it's that way. So no more shoulder work, we're done for the day. Just taking it from here with 10 more seconds to go. And in 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay, as I mentioned, this exercise is one of my favorite, one that really requires you to focus. That's why I'm putting it at the end, where you're a little bit tired and have to think about which knee goes first, when to change. It keeps you engaged throughout the whole exercise. In 3, 2, 1, we start this time with the left instead. So again, controlled, going down and up. You will hear from different fraternities. Okay, then we change into our right first. The exercise is called get-ups or kneel to stand. It doesn't matter. If you have a demonstration, you follow what the person who's in front of you is telling you to do, which is going knee first, coming up in 3, 2, 1, rest. 2 down, 3 to go. Remember, the mat will move around a little bit. Find that your knees are landing in the same soft spot in the middle and not hitting the ground hard, as this exercise could be a little bit dangerous in that form. Okay, we're going. In 3, 2, 1, right side this time. Okay, show that your arms are helping you get up in a form of momentum, not touching the ground. Then we change sides. As halfway, you go with your left. We got just 10 more seconds to go. Three, 2, 1, and up. Just 2 more to go. Last 2 sets of the workout, and we're almost done. The part that involves exercises is a good 25 minutes to 30 minutes, so the workout is really high intensity for the whole time. In 3, 2, 1, we go with our left knee. It's really important to keep track of which knee went first, so that you try and share the amount of work done between your legs and distributing the weight quite evenly. We are now halfway. We change and do it the other side. So remember, it's land and getting up. Just 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. If you guys are still doing the workout with me, 1 more set to go, and we're done going into our stretching session. So last set to go. Don't quit now. We're about to finish this workout in 3, 2, 1. We're back on our right knee. I normally get excited for the end, so I pick up the pace a little bit, because after this, it's a downhill of stretching. So challenge yourself, put that intensity in towards the end. You change, leading with left. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round of applause for everyone who did the workout with. We are done with the hard part of the workout. Now into stretching and being proud of ourselves that we managed, even though we're indoors, we finished a full workout and we're proud of ourselves. Okay, the next 8 minutes or so, we'll be trying to really relax those muscles that we involved. Starting in a standing position, stretching, really just stretching yourself. Hands above your head, stretch as high as possible, going onto your toes, taking a deep breath, making sure that now you calm down, relaxing yourself. Okay, then from there, I'd like you to cross your right leg over your left, and you go down, touching your toes, your ankles, or as low as you possibly can, holding that for about 20 seconds or so. So you're trying to also focus on the muscles that we used, because it will be pointless to just stretch random muscles that we've never used today. Okay, change sides, same thing, cross the left over the right. You go down, touch your toes if you can, ankles, but make sure that you're getting those hamstrings stretched. Going down. Okay, and from there, really wide stance, just going across, stretch your obliques. Making sure you're not leaning forward or backwards, keeping straight, reaching over. Then to the other side. At this point, you notice that the moment your body realizes that you've stopped moving at the intensity you did, so when you start sweating more, feel the heat in your body, it's your body recognizing that you've come to an end of your workout and you're starting to cool down a little bit. Okay, next exercise will be down here on our mat. So one knee on the floor, first extending, your toes pointing up. So stretching your hamstrings and a little bit of your lower back by holding onto your toes, ankle, or just putting your hands down to get that calf, hamstring region involved. Again, I suggest 20 seconds of holding each stretch if possible, longer if you feel the need. Okay, from there, we go opposite side, pointing up, going there. At this point, it is really good and wise to listen to your body. Anywhere where you feel you need extra time to stretch, take the time to stretch longer there. Okay, next one will be in a seated position. Starting off with crossing our right over our left, pushing away with our left elbow, facing the opposite direction, making sure you stretch all across the side of your body. Again, a good 20 seconds hold, longer if needed. Okay, change sides, same exercise. If you cross over, push it with the opposite elbow away. If you need to look back to emphasize on the stretching and pushing across your body, do that. For this video's purpose, I'll look into the camera and make sure that you guys see what I'm doing. Okay, next one, very similar stretch, just putting your right into your thighs, going over, trying to really stretch across and within your hamstrings as well. For those who are more flexible, pushing yourself far forward is also good for this stretch. Okay, you switch sides. Remember, key is to know that 20 seconds is the minimum, and as long as you want or you feel the need, you can hold the pose. Okay, from there, you go into this position. You're going to first tuck in our right knee right next to your left knee, and then you're going to bend your opposite elbow into the ground, making sure that you try and stretch your quads there. If you feel your knees lifting up the ground, try and push it down, and the further back you go, the more stretch you get in your quad, so you're keeping this position over here. Good, 20 seconds of that. Switch sides, same thing. Remember, tucking those knees right next to each other, elbow down, going as far as you're comfortable with it. So if it's more painful, come a little bit up. It's about your quad stretching, not you causing pain to your muscles. And throughout all these stretches, breathing is the most important part, just to let your body know that you're done, getting as much oxygen as possible within the stretching session. Okay, then from there on, you'll be turning around, starting really easy, pushing away from the ground. Some people might suggest straight elbows or loosening out the elbows. The point is to stretch your lower back. It's not more about the arms. So you choose what's comfortable. You can face up, take deep amounts of breath so that you stretch also your abs in the front. Okay, then from there, so in this position, you try and sit on your heels, really extend those arms far forward and push down, stretching also your shoulders a little bit. So you're sitting really flat on your heels like this. Okay. There, we're going to just do the last two, laying facing up. You're going to pull your left knee towards you, pointing your right far away from you. So holding it here. Yeah, that 20 seconds or so of holding this stretch. Done a lot of lower body exercises, so you might want to hold longer on this one. Okay. Just 10 more seconds of this one. Okay, and that was our HIIT workout for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and keep working at home, making sure that you keep yourselves active.